So I didn't get my food stamps this month, and instead, this is what I'm supposed to survive off, feed my family. A bag of apples, a bag of oranges, tomato soup, oats, elbow macaroni, milk, peas, black beans, diced tomatoes, tomato sauce, peaches, more pinto beans, peanut butter, green beans, tuna, and this. So I'm supposed to feed my family for the entire month with what you see in this box. It's an absolute disgrace and a joke. So I didn't get my food stamps this month, and instead, this is what I'm supposed to survive off, feed my family. A bag of apples, a bag of oranges. So I'm supposed to feed my family for the entire month with what you see in this box. It's an absolute disgrace and a joke.
I am sorry. Did I miss something? A food pantry is not supposed to be supplying you with food to last you the entire month. All they're supposed to do is to help you with food throughout the month. You are so ungrateful, it makes me want to vomit. If it was that easy to get food for an entire month, then every single person would be doing that. Food pantries can't do that. They are here to help you. They are not here to fully supply you with food for your entire month. I worked at a food pantry for quite some time, and you actually got a pretty good box, because I never once in my entire time of working at food pantries seen a whole bag of oranges go to people. Normally you get like 2 or 3 oranges max. They give you whatever food they're able to give you.
I didn't get my food stamps this month, and instead, this is what I'm supposed to survive off.
All right, I'm going to try my best not to sound like an asshole. Maybe, we'll see. But, you know, I guess she didn't get her food stamps, and so she went to a food pantry, and they gave her some food. And I think the word she's looking for is thank you. But she's not going to fucking say thank you. Because that's the thing. Some of these people, they come across, and maybe she's not, I don't know. They just come across as so fucking entitled. They're like, well, what am I supposed to do with it? They fucking gave it to you for free. Say thank you. Shut the fuck up. Love you guys. Have a good night.
I thought I was done, but I'm not. I need to follow up on my earlier post about the fucking food pantries. And yes, I had to take my contacts out because my eyes are tired. Here's another thing. You're going to be really fucking sorry if you are pointing your finger at people going to food pantries when the rug is pulled out from under you someday and you have to go, or you have to go for someone that you are taking care of, like your elderly crazy mother, like me, or someone in your family who is disabled, like if your spouse, like my neighbor, got fucking electrocuted at work and can never work again because he can't lift his fucking arm now and he's permanently disabled. You don't know what's around the corner for you. You sit in judgment and you point your finger, but there's fingers pointing back at you, and karma's a bitch. I'm just saying, you know what you should be thinking when you see people who are in line at a food pantry? I'm glad it's not me. I wish them well. That's it. Or maybe, gee, I wonder when they take fucking collections at that food pantry, I have a little extra and I will drop it off. That's pretty much it. And I don't know why this is hard for the dumb fucks to understand, but if you come in my comments and you post a bunch of dumb shit, you're just going to get your comment deleted and get blocked. So don't fucking bother. If you don't agree with me and you don't like my content, you don't have to watch it. Scroll on. Stop judging poor people. They're not your fucking problem. They're not the reason that you're struggling. The billionaire class is the reason that you're struggling. And I'm just saying, watch your fucking karma. Because it could happen to you. I talked to a lot of people in all the years that I've been in and out of food pantries. And none of them thought that they would be there. None of them like being there. You don't know if somebody is a caregiver for somebody, then they're picking up food for that person, or they're picking up for somebody that's on disability. There are posts all day in my neighborhood Facebook group. Can someone please drop me off some food, blah, blah. I'm eligible for food, but I don't have a way to go pick it up. And the food pantry is today. Can somebody take me? I can't get a ride, or I can't walk, or whatever. I've got, neuropathy, and it's really bad today, and I can't fucking walk. I can give you my info, and you can pick it up for me. You don't know. That's the whole fucking point. You don't know why anybody at a food pantry is there, and it's none of your fucking business. And if you don't want to live in a society where people take care of each other, stop calling the police when you have an emergency. Don't call the fire department when your house burns down. Don't drive on roads that we all support. Go live off the grid in Alaska and fish and hunt and grow your own food, and don't take anything from anybody else. But the rest of us live in a fucking society. And, we're supposed to help each other. That's the way it works.
Yes. Because the food pantry gonna make sure you get what you need, not what you want. The food pantry ain't gonna load you up with Debbie cakes, Frito-Lays, Coke, Dr. Pepper, root beer, all the unhealthy stuff. The food pantry gonna make sure you got rice, because a lot of y'all won't buy rice. They're gonna make sure y'all got canned goods, because a lot of people not buying canned goods. It's almost like with WIC. WIC don't let you get what you want. They let you get what you need. Milk, cheese, bread, cereal, fruit, veggies. That's why I love WIC. It's gotten so bad the hood stores accept food stamps for wine. So now if you got food stamps, you can go get wigs, you can go get shoes, clothes, alcohol, all of that. So again, the pantry is what you need. Food stamps is what you want. Because you can go sell them food stamps and get all the unhealthy stuff that you really don't need. I don't see no problem with them cutting food stamps. Maybe that'll help our kids be less obese, because it ain't no type of control in the house. Everybody in the house eating unhealthy. The pantry gonna make sure you eat good.
So I didn't get my food stamps this month, and instead this is what I'm supposed to survive off.
This is no hate to this creator. I've just seen a lot of videos of people going to the food banks and trying to get assistance there, and I just would like to bring some awareness to the fact that lots of people are going to the food banks and their resources are probably very strained. And please just be grateful for what you're given, because it's probably all they have to give you.
My mother said when she rode past the food pantry this morning, she stopped and asked somebody because the line was so long. It was like 11 this morning. She said, how long y'all been out here? She said, we've been in line since 9 o'clock. The food pantry don't open until 2.
Me off these food bank line posts on TikTok. Why the hell is there a 3.5 hour line at the food bank? You standing in line for 3 hours like it's a new Jordan drop, and you talking about you can't get no job? Girl, I'm disabled as hell. I can't stand for more than 10 minutes without my legs buckling and my back breaking. And you talking about you can stand for 4 hours and you can't get a job? Ho, if you don't go and become a Walmart greeter, what the fuck you talking about you can't work? Walmart greeters don't work. They just stand there and look at receipts. You can't stand there and look at receipts. You stand there looking at your phone. Why that made me so bad? Oh, they cut off the food stamps. Oh, they cut off the food stamps. Oh, what am I going to do? They cut off the food stamps. First of all, they did not cut off the food stamps. The Democrats cut off your food stamps when they shut down the government. Donald Trump took $200 million from tariffs and said he's turning back on the food stamps on November 4th or 3rd. He said he's not opening back up the government, though, because he's not putting $1.2 trillion to illegal health care for migrants that the Democrats want. Y'all all, he cut off the food stamps. Trump cut off the food stamps. He wants children to starve. Oh, what about the kids that get their only meals from school lunch now? What about them? You think Trump's not thinking about them? What about all these people that's getting food stamps, but there are children that get their only meals from school lunch? Then they say you can't cut off the school lunch program. There are children that get their only meals from school lunch. Oh no, there are children that get breakfast and lunch at school and their mama still don't give them no dinner. That's what we talking about? That's what we're talking about. We're talking about mothers and fathers out here in the world, in America, with the ability to apply for food stamps and did not, and they got free lunch for their kids, and they still don't give them a ham and cheese sandwich for dinner. No ramen noodles, no pickles, no carrots, and no celery. They're not getting nothing. And you telling us that it's Donald Trump's fault. No, it isn't. Donald Trump slept with Melania. He did not sleep with your mama. That is not his fault. If your babies is starving, that's your fault. Then they say stuff like, oh, what are the kids gonna do? I don't know, start stealing. I don't know, start stealing. But the people on the internet saying they're gonna steal are not the people that are trying to feed their kids. They're the people that want their $800 in food stamps and they don't have it. So they said they're gonna go and get their $800 worth of stuff and steal it. Okay, fine, go do that. But certain states, $800 to $1,000 is a felony. So go ahead. Steal that $800 worth of food and your children gonna be taken by CPS and you're gonna be in jail for that $800. Then you're gonna wonder why you ain't getting your food stamps in prison when they give you that nasty cold rice, rice-a-roni and spaghetti noodle and SpaghettiOs or whatever the fuck they be putting in there. Cause my cousin did 15 years in the pen and that food looked like mystery meat. I didn't know what the fuck he was. I don't know what he was eating. I thought he was gonna die. I used to put money on his books all the time. I'd be like, no. Y'all ain't got a kitchen in there? No. Go bribe somebody if you have to. Go get a sandwich. This is disgusting. Don't eat that. And now he's nice and healthy. Everybody else was sick and getting sick on. No. Cafeteria food, prison food, all that food is not food. Then you got all these EBT users buying $7 Takis. What? $7 is a whole chicken. A whole cut up chicken is $7.25. And you spending $7 on Lay's potato chips. No. You can stand in line for 3.5 hours to get free food, get your food, get in your car, and complain that the food is not the food you wanted. Well, get them people back their food. When they gave you the food and you didn't want it, you should have said, why you give me this? And hand it back. Don't take it back to your car, then turn around. I don't want that. You knew you didn't want it when you got it. When I go to the food bank, because I'm a disabled veteran and I'm on a fixed income and I've been fucked up and I'm homeless currently and have been plenty of times. When I go to the food bank and they give me something I don't want, I tell them, ma'am, I would prefer to not accept that. You could give that to someone else. And they always ask me, why you don't want that? And I give them whatever excuse I can come up with at the time. Usually it's I don't eat pork and I give all the pork back. And or sometimes if it's too much junk, I'm a vegetarian. So I can get all the vegetables. But I'm not going to take food out of other people's mouth and then complain about that food. Because there are certain people who wouldn't complain about that food. Certain people would love some SpaghettiOs. Certain people would love a baked cake. Because at my food pantry, they love to give you some birthday cake. Like, who the fuck is donating birthday cake? I'm starving and homeless, and you want me to have a buttermilk birthday cake? Like, that don't even make sense. But, hey, what if somebody go to the food pantry to get some food, and their baby birthday is next week? They got a birthday cake. So it's like, hey, I leave them birthday cakes right down there. First of all, I don't eat cake. I don't like cake. I am more of a custard person. I like poon. I don't like cake. And for those who don't know what poon is, it's sweet potato brownies. I like poon. I don't want no cake. So I leave that. I don't eat pork. I give all that back. I don't eat that. I also don't like radishes. I leave that. I don't like celery. I leave that. I don't take them people's stuff. Y'all are taking people's stuff, complaining about the stuff, and then mad at the president and the Democrats and the government or whatever is taking your stuff. Nobody took nothing from you. If somebody could take something from you, they robbed you. They robbed you. Did they go into your bank account and take your money? No. They went into their bank account and cut off the deposit of food stamps. They didn't take nothing from you. They just didn't give it to you. I just don't understand this. I don't understand all these people complaining about free shit. When most of Americans don't even get it. They're like, 42%, 42 million people in America are on food stamps. But 87% of the 42 million are illegal immigrants. So only like 20% are even Americans. So why are y'all mad? Veterans get $23. My grandma is disabled. They gave her $13. She is a disabled, can't move, almost vegetable in a nursing home. They gave her $12. She worked for 60 years. $12. My homegirl got 4 kids, barely works at all, don't want to do shit, probably only had 3 jobs in her life. She has 5 children, $900 a month. Her kids go hungry every month. The school knows that her kids go hungry every month. They get free lunch and free breakfast at the school. The school then gives them donated food, like a food pantry, to send home with them so they can eat on the weekends. They still don't eat on the weekends. That's one person that I personally know. You mean to tell me there's not other people like that out there, like her? And you know why she does what she does? She learned it from her friends that do it. The ones that are like living with their mama and don't want to live there no more, so they get pregnant on purpose, and they say, oh, well, I'm about to move out soon, I'm about to get my own apartment. And when you ask them how they gonna get their own apartment, they say, well, I'm pregnant, so I'm gonna get my own apartment soon, and I'm gonna move out. I don't want to deal with her and her problems. I'm tired of living under her roof. I want my own house. I want my own freedom. And when I drop this baby, I'm gonna have my own house, and everything will be good. I'm gonna get a couch. I'm gonna get a TV. I'm gonna get it. And they get it. I don't know how they get it, but they get it. And when them illegal immigrants come into this country, they move them right into the black and brown community. They move them right there into the hood, next to them bum bitches, and they tell them, this how you do this. And then they copy it, and then they copy it. It's a learned behavior type of situation. Because most people, they're taught from their parents that when you turn 16, you get your permit, or you 15, you get your permit, you 16, you get your license, you 16 and a half, you get your first job at Wendy's or McDonald's or Sonic, and you work and you try and you do your best. You are taught these things. These things are not taught to those bums. These bums are taught, you turn 18, you get pregnant on purpose, you apply for your Medicaid and your WIC and all that stuff, and by the time your baby gets here, you'll have a food stamps and Medicaid and WIC and a free apartment. They'll give you couches and beds and lamps and all that stuff. My cousin did it. She got a full furnished apartment just because she gave birth to a baby. And then about 7 months later, he was diagnosed with autism. They gave her $1,000 a month in disability check. She's been not working, not doing shit since her baby was born. He's 11. She's since gone on to have 2 more children. She has a 4-bedroom apartment for $45 a month. She's engaged to her second baby daddy, who she has the second 2 kids with. She has her next 2 kids with. They're not married. They've been engaged for 6 years. He beats the fuck out of her all the time. He's not even supposed to be in that apartment, but he in there. He don't pay no bills. They got a light voucher. They got EBT. He don't got no job. Every time she get a car, he crashing into a ditch. Like, it's ridiculous, but they get away with it. But people like me that join the military and they're veterans and they should get something, you ain't getting nothing but your ass kicked. You ain't getting nothing. And now we got all these people on the internet, oh, you took my stuff, you took my stuff. I'm glad it's gone, bitch. I'm glad it's gone. Matter of fact, you need to be gone next. Can we deport these people? We need to deport these people. You know what we need to do? Since Puerto Rico like to say we American citizens, take everybody out of Puerto Rico and move them into the mainland. And then empty out Puerto Rico and then put all the bums in Puerto Rico and leave them down there. Leave them down there. Tell them, oh, here's your food stamps. Here's your food stamps. Here's your Medicaid. Here's your WIC. Okay, go down there. You cannot be on the mainland with this bullshit. Because if it's only 42 million people, and half of them are liars, then take all them liars and send them to Puerto Rico. Yeah, put them on the island. Send them away from us. You want to come over here and steal from the grocery store? No, steal from your grocery store. And once all the stores on the island ain't got nothing else, that's it. They're going to have to wait until the boat come and drop more stuff? No.
What is that?
I don't know what this is, but we could open
Oh,
it and
yummy! We got some pinto beans.
Pinto beans, okay, I'm digging it.
Some more mixed veggies.
Oh, more mixed veggies.
Bear paw.
Oh, bear paw.
Even
bear
more
paw.
beans.
Okay. More maple style beans. Oh.
Gravy.
Oh, Liam, you can use gravy on what? We do gravy for maybe putting it on your stuffing, Liam? Couple granola bars.
Yogurt raisins.
Oh, yummy. Oh, that looks like it came out of a trick-or-treat bag. Yogurt raisins. Yummy.
Beans with pork
You know
and
what?
tomato sauce.
And you know what the best part with the pork and tomato sauce is? The fact that the can is dented. I like that. I'm digging it. We got
Some more
one
gravy.
fruit snack, some more gravy, another more cheese and crackers.
Yep.
No, yeah. Okay, so that's one bag. So then, what's in this bag, Liam? What's in this
Let's
bag?
see. Juice boxes, which I'll
Okay,
have.
juice boxes. Okay, cool, great juice boxes. 2 of them.
A thing of pancake mix that
But
is
again, we don't
leaking.
have eggs, milk, or oil. But you know, that's okay.
Okay, we got
That's
some
all right.
Limp noodle soup.
Look,
That's
the
fine.
noodle soup where it's been opened. I don't even
It's
know.
been opened?
Yeah, there's like, oh look, it's 1 pack of chicken noodle
Oh,
soup. There's not
good one.
even
I was
2
right.
of them. Oh, some peach slices in concentrate. Yummy. Some crispy full Mr. Noodles. Oh look, some pasta. But do we have anything to put on this pasta? I guess I could put some tomato soup on the
We're
pasta.
gonna put on some flaked turkey.
Seeing as I don't eat meat, I could put some flakes of turkey on
Okay,
my
now this is
pasta
actually-
with my tomato soup. Sliced pineapple. Okay, this is probably the only good thing. Again, the can
Creamy
is
peanut
dented.
butter.
Whatever. Beggars can't be choosers, right? And peanut butter for.
I think this is tuna, I think. No, flakes of chicken.
Oh, flakes of chicken. We'll just eat it out of the can, I guess. Well, I won't because I don't eat meat. I would rather take the dandelions out of my backyard that are frozen. More materials. And, oh, look at that, bro. Hair soap. So anyway, so everybody that says go to the food bank, you know what? I can appreciate all this, but there is not one thing I'm going to eat in here. There's no fresh fruit. There's no veggies. There's no toilet paper. You know, like, yeah. So I guess I'm going out to the backyard to go find my frozen dandelions, and I'm gonna go fry those up in some water. You know what? I can appreciate all this, but there is not one thing I'm going to eat in here. There's no fresh fruit.
So there are many of these videos, and these fucking people, the new poor is what I'm calling them. So you new poor people, you need to get it together. This isn't the only one I've seen like this. Bitching about what they get from the food bank. They're not going to eat any of it. Then y'all need to take it straight back to the fucking food bank. There are other people who will eat it. And I got news for you. When you can't get no food, you'll eat any motherfucking thing. So, to the new poor people, get your shit together. You're going to have to learn real quick. For us poor people who have been poor most of our lives, half the shit I see they're getting from the food bank, we would have never got back in the day. That shit is crazy. It's just be rice, beans, and where are they talking about fresh food and fresh this? You don't get fresh shit from a food bank. It's pantry items. So I have the pantry that you voted for.
Okay, so everybody that says go to the food bank, you know what? I can appreciate all this, but there is not one thing I'm going to eat in here. There's no fresh fruit. There's no veggies. There's no toilet paper. You know, like, yeah. So I guess I'm going out to the backyard to go find my frozen dandelions, and I'm going to go fry those up in some water. Lucky.
So I really tried to go find that original person, that original lady. And it really upsets me because there's people who rely on the food bank. And there was a lot of food that she received. There was vegetables in there. There was fruit in there. It was just in cans. And I've gotten food from the food bank. We have neighbors who go to the food bank and they get too much food and they end up passing it out. And they're looking at me and they're going like, I don't know what to do with all this. And I'm like, well, make a stew. Or make this. And they're like, oh, I didn't even think about that. And I'm like, yeah, you can end up eating for like a couple of days off of that one meal when you make a stew. Because all you need is just like some chicken. All you need is just a roast. You know, you can go to get a $5 roast at HEB and then throw it in there and boom, you've got a huge meal out of this. Oh, I didn't even think about that. But she had received a blessing from the food bank and was like, oh my God, there's nothing in here. There was a ton of stuff in there, lady. And then they say, well, I'm just going to go outside and eat dandelions. Well, then go outside and eat dandelions. And you know what? Give that food to someone more deserving.
A lady, 2 women on here that stood in the line, you know, and got food from food pantries, you know, the food banks and all that. You know what I'm saying? And they don't like the stuff that the people gave them. One lady complained because she feel like she only got snacks. So woot this baby. Okay, well, you going to have to bounce around. You know what I'm saying? You got that from now on. Maybe you could go to another church or something, somebody giving something. You know, just be on the lookout. But for y'all to go and stand in the line and come back and make videos and show us what the people gave y'all and complain about it. Baby, work with what you got. Okay, until you can get something else. If you hungry, you hungry. If your children are hungry, baby, I don't care if you ain't got nothing but a pie. Feed them something, you know what I'm saying? But don't be ungrateful like that, you know? And more people are going to see their videos and start doing that. So we need to stop this now. Stop y'all in y'all tracks. So she was like, they could have gave them this. They could have gave them that. You're not the only one that they're giving. So work with what you can. And like I say, bounce around until you get everything that you feel you may need to be straight for a few days. And don't overdo it as well. Leave some for, you know, for somebody else too, because a lot of people are struggling. Don't be big-eyed, as I'm saying. But to see that lady to get on here and complain about what they gave her at the food pantries and the food banks, that really upsets me. You know what I'm saying? I do not like an ungrateful person. Make the best of things. Hugs and love. Y'all be blessed. Praying for the world. I'm hoping things get better. J-Lo.
By now you've probably seen the video of the lady that's showing her haul after coming back from a food bank, expressing how mad she was at the items that she's received. So much so that she said she was going to go into her backyard and pick dandelion greens and fry those up. Now I tried to find the original video so that I could stitch it in here, but because of all of the backlash and people telling her that she was rude and ungrateful, she's deleted her account. And I love that for her because she is rude and ungrateful. And I could use that as a talking point for this video, but I want to come at this from a different perspective because I'm sure people know about food banks, but I don't think that people really understand how food banks operate. As someone who's not only volunteered at food banks, donated to them, but also had to use them, I think I have a perspective on this. I don't know if enough people understand that food banks and food pantries oftentimes are meant to go hand in hand with programs like SNAP. They're trying to help people that need assistance with food so that they can take the pressure off of that family in needing shelf-stable items, right? Your bread, your grains, your canned goods, so that that person can then take their benefits, you know, their SNAP benefits, and go to the grocery store and focus on the things like milk, eggs, bread, meat. So it's not meant to feed your entire family all of the foods that you love. It's meant to be an assistance too. I don't know if people really are aware just how heavily food banks rely on donations from the average citizen. And I know I was guilty of this until I volunteered at a food bank the first time, in that I would go in my pantry and I would find the items that maybe my family didn't like anymore or wasn't getting eaten, or I would find the items that maybe were a month out from expiration date, and those would be the items that I donate. Well, food banks and oftentimes food pantries are regulated by the state, so they have a lot of regulations and SOPs that they have to go by, which includes how far out is the expiration date on those items. So people don't really understand that a large portion of the food that comes into those donation stations can never be used. They have to be thrown away because they are too close in expiration date. And some of the items that come in are so niche that they just can't keep them. Because if you're Jewish, you love gefilte fish. But if you're not, you're gonna look at that and be like, ew. So they just won't keep it. And maybe there's this idea that because the person needs assistance, that they should just be happy with whatever. And well, that's not realistic. But why give something to somebody that they're not going to eat? Now, by no means am I saying that that's what this lady did, because she got a lot of really good shelf-stable items. She was just being far too picky. By no means am I saying that you need to go out and buy name brand products to turn around and donate. What I am saying is take a look at the expiration date. And if you were on the receiving end of needing that assistance, would this item that you're getting ready to turn into a food bank, would it be something that you would like? Have a great day.
So we went to the food pantry today and everyone's screaming, go to your local food pantry, right? This is what we got. One box with tuna, some rice and potatoes, and I think some chicken. Maybe 2 days worth of food. But we did it. So I'm gonna be grateful. But I just want to let you all know that the food banks don't have very much food at all. Because everyone is going to them and they're trying to make things stretch as well. So I'm still severely shocked. Did y'all see that lady that was complaining about the food bank and they didn't give her no meat or no, I forgot what she said they didn't give her. I gave her some microwave meals that she couldn't take because she lives in an RV with her 2 kids. And basically she was mad because she didn't get the food that she wanted to last for a week because it wasn't what she wanted. Whatever. Come to find out, this lady gets $600 a month in food stamps. How is that not sustaining you and 2 children for a month? She baited my rage so bad because you complaining about free food and you're already getting $600 in free food. But she said, you know, she paid into the system and she's mad that now that she's sick, she's not getting as much as she needs to sustain herself from the government. Girl, What about us who ain't getting nothing?
Ungrateful. Unfucking grateful people that are receiving food from food banks, and then they're going to do a food bank haul video and complain about every fucking thing that they've got. Well, I didn't get eggs, I didn't get toilet paper, I didn't get meat. It's not a fucking grocery store. It's a food pantry. You get what they've got. They ration it out to hundreds of fucking people. You're not special. Let me show you a couple clips. And if you're anything like me, get ready to be pissed.
And this. So I'm supposed to feed my family for the entire month with what you see in this box. It's an absolute disgrace and a joke.
I'm going to tag every single one of these people that made these little joke videos. No, what's a disgrace is you. You're a fucking disgrace. Do you know how many meals that I can make out of what's in that box right there in front of you? But no, you got to have steaks and shit, right? If you don't use it, give it the fuck away. Give it back to the food bank so they can give it to somebody who will actually fucking appreciate it, because apparently you don't. You're not fucking special. You're not entitled.
And all we got was they gave us a bunch of microwavable dinners that we can't use, that are frozen, that we have no way to keep frozen, so we had to give those back. So there were 8 of those, and then there was about 12 carrots in the bottom of the bag, 4 pears, a thing of almost ripe strawberries, an onion, a white onion, and some celery. So that's what I got today at the food pantry. So if anybody would like to help us. Oh, and a couple of peppers. Yep. The kids are dying for Freddy's steak burgers. So if anybody wants to help us out with some actual fucking food instead of telling us to go to a food pantry, because what am I supposed to do with that for a week? How am I supposed to? They didn't even give us eggs, no meat, no nothing. And then they acted like we were jerks because I asked about it. So if anybody wants to help us out, we would really appreciate it.
Greedy. Fucking greedy. You give food back to them, and then you ask them, well, what about meat and eggs and bread? That is very inconsiderate. If they had it, don't you think that they would have done give it to you? Like I say, guys, it's not a fucking grocery store. These churches, these food banks get shit donated to them, and a lot of it is out-of-date food. But just because it's out of date doesn't necessarily mean it's fucking bad, you guys. Make do with what you got. But then you're gonna come on here and ask for money for a fucking steak burger? Bitch, please.
Do you want to see what the food bank gave me this morning? I'll show you.
You missed about time.
I did get 2 watermelons. I got a couple packs of ramen. I got 1 loaf of bread. I got 1 gallon of milk. No eggs. The only meat we got was 2 small cans of the pull tab tunas. I got a huge bag of onions. I got 4 bags of cilantro, which I have a gene mutation that makes cilantro taste like Dawn soap. Not really sure what I'm going to do with cilantro, but okay, cool. I got 2 heads of cabbage, which, you know, if I had some meat, I could do something with that, but just like, yeah, okay. I got sweet potatoes, cool, I can do something with that. I got carrots, I can do something with that. Again, with what meat? I don't have a protein to add with this. I did get regular potatoes, like the red potatoes, but half of them.
On you, ma'am. You got bread, you got milk, you got potatoes, you got sweets, you got a fucking damn good haul. And literally you're gonna sit there and complain about it. To the point, I read one of your comments to where you said you're gonna throw the fucking shit away because sweets aren't good for you. How about try to give it to somebody that might want to use it? You ungrateful fucking... This person says, food banks are donation-based. Please be grateful for what people are willing to give you for free. Junk food is not ideal, but at least your family will not starve. Please do not throw food away. If the food is not good enough for your family, please donate it to a food bank. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. This person says, I absolutely will be throwing away this trash, junk, and rotten food. It's already given my son and I diarrhea eating those Hostess because it's horrible for your body. It's not safe for human consumption. Fucking disgusting. like I've already said, food banks are donation based. They got to distribute it to hundreds of fucking people because SNAP is not working right now. And you guys want to be ungrateful because you didn't get no fucking meat or eggs or bread. I mean, there's so many fucking people out here living way beyond their means. And then they complain because they got to go to a food bank and they got a bunch of canned shit. So tell me you're born with a fucking silver spoon without telling me you're born with a fucking silver spoon. If you're so fucking concerned about meat, why don't you go fucking pawn something? Like I have. I've pawned everything that I got that is pawnable other than my fucking TV just to provide for my family and myself. I'm not on here complaining about what the fuck I got from a food bank. Use your fucking brain. Make a fucking meal out of it somehow, some way. And if you're really starving, you'll fucking make it work. This is ungrateful bullshit. And you throwing that food away, that pisses me the fuck off. Do you know how many people are starving right now that would love to have the fucking haul that you just brought in, ma'am? No, you don't. I'm telling y'all, man. The fuck's this world coming to? Ungrateful motherfuckers. Unfucking grateful. And quite frankly, I hope every fucking church and food bank that has provided to you guys sees your fucking videos. Yeah. Have a fucking day y'all deserve. Ungrateful bitches, man.
Putting yourself in a situation where if the government doesn't feed you, you don't eat is a very precarious situation to put yourself in. Because the government is fickle, as you can see. They can decide when they don't want to go to work. They can decide when they're going to shut down and, dig their heels in the ground to get what it is that they want. Depending on the government is a very scary thing to do. And I don't say that to be insensitive. Like, I grew up extremely food insecure. I grew up, sometimes we had, groceries, sometimes we didn't. There's been times where it's like, I live in LA, I wanted to apply for food stamps, couldn't get them because it's like I was working 3 jobs, but still didn't have enough really to consistently buy a lot of groceries all the time. My grocery budget used to be $30 every week, and I had to make that work. And I'm glad, looking back, that I didn't get used to having food stamps because it made me work harder. It made me figure it out. And I did. And I know that you will too.
I think that part of the problem is that the government has given these people EBT cards so that when they go to the store, they just swipe a card. So they never felt like they were poor because they had these EBT cards. But at the end of the day, beggars can't be choosers. And if you're getting food stamps, that's because you need money to eat. You need to be very thankful when you go to a food pantry and get free food, okay? If you do not like what you are given, don't even take it. And for you guys that are getting $600 in food stamps, $400, $800, you need to be fucking glad you ever received that. And when these food stamps get back up and running, I hope they slash your budget and you have to learn how to make it work. Learn how to cook. Use your canned goods and start shopping smartly and shopping better. And if, like I said, if you don't like what you get from the food pantry, give it back or give it to somebody. But what you should not do is come on TikTok or the internet and make a whole rant video. Because people have the right to be in your business. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I am so mad about this issue. Check out these videos down below. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe button, and join the channel. See you on the next one. Foodie gang, gang, gang. Foodie gang, gang, gang.